Okay, I'm back with my third installment of the daily events analysis. Let's go. Mike on top right. Hey, I'm Mike. You may or may not have seen my previous 2 videos. I'm doing a series of 4 videos that show you what the best hands are in each of the daily events. I'm not going to cover every single daily event. I'm just going to go through the ones that pop up, basically the first 24 that pop up. So this is part 3. We're doing the next 6. I hope this series is a little bit interesting to you. It's something a little bit different. I've started now, so I'm going to finish it. Let's face facts. Here we go. First one of this video is daily event with hatchbacks and saloons. I'm currently in first, 19-0. I've got a great hand. The tracks are 1 dirt, 1 city. So my best cars for this are the Peugeot Pikes Peak and the Alfa Cologne. If we just go into all cars, I'll show you the other stuff. There's an Alfa Pro car which is great for this option. From an off-road point of view, the Peugeot 205, both of them, and the Lancia Delta are great options if you've got them upgraded. There are a few off-roaders around here that do get some quite high handling, so one of them would be useful as well. The biggest problem I've got is my City Streets car, the blue thing, is really just making up the RQ and is going to lose. So we've got to work out where to put it, basically. Yeah, move that across, City Streets car. Right, here we go. The upside is that this Peugeot Pikes Peak really does bring in some good numbers. Therefore, the blue RQ saver is going to lose, well, 79 points. But it doesn't lose by too much. We make it up with the other cars. I mean, the other cars are pretty good cars. Okay, let's have a look at this. We'll find it's handy when you get the mixed track set to try and find somebody who's not necessarily running 2 off-roaders. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. At the moment, I think I've got a pretty good hand. Let's go with this guy. Okay, so we'll put that on the 1 mile because it's got a top speed that's pretty good. City Tour. Yeah. The blue Audi goes on the twistier stuff, the karting circuit and things like that, because it will lose less on that than it would on the fast tracks. Here we go, let's see how much it loses by. It's a big old legendary it's against, 114. But hopefully the other racers will pick up the slack. That Citroen is a great car, but it's not upgraded enough. Lancia Delta will be an interesting one. River Sprint, it's mixed. But I think, I've never really watched these much, these River Sprint things, but I think it's pretty much off-road wet the whole way through. I think it's just the start and the end, where there's a tiny bit of non-wet river. It's a good track though. Yeah, this bit here just takes you down to the end of here, and that's the finish. So that was a good win for my Lancia. Oh, it's going to get extra points, 71 points, good. That's wicked. Okay, my Alfa is going to make a great start, and then, here we go, look, badly loses. It's a dreadful car, that Alfa, but it is at the moment the best car I've got for the options. It leaves the line faster than its 0 to 60, really, but then after that it just runs away because I've got terrible MRA. Anyway, we're 21-0, and that is the daily for the hatchbacks and saloons. Right, okay, so as you saw, I was getting first. I got first. I quite like that one. Sometimes you can get a bracket where there's people who have got some pretty good cars. Obviously, my Alfa isn't great, my Alfa Cologne. There are better, well, the Alfa Pro car is better at that. So this is pre-1974. It's another favourite of mine. I know we covered this off in the first video, but that was the one that included the City Streets. This one has no City Streets in it. Unfortunately, I've got a guy who has got a better hand than me. Normally I'm pretty dominant, or I used to be anyway, in this. The biggest problem we've got is this Porsche 917. There's the Alfa Romeo Tipo, which I have, but I haven't upgraded. The rest of the way down is not great. The Audi Type C Streamliner is obviously the test bowl car. Unfortunately, most people who have been playing for the last 6 months have got it, or at least people who have got a substantial way of getting it got it. But these are the guys at the top. If we look through them, they're all pretty much the same. I just can't beat the guy in first. But all of the losses that I'm taking are from the guy in first. That's okay. Some people have better hands than me. But there are certainly points to be won, and that means clearing prize boards. So you shouldn't ever worry if you're not getting high enough up the table in the daily. It's really just about clearing prize boards. So that's interesting. That Porsche, I believe, is the medium Porsche. This track set used to have city streets in it, but it was taken out for some reason, and people keep wanting to take that Porsche, that RQ59, because I think it's medium, even though it's really not the best option. If this guy's got those two legendaries, I bet he's got something better than that. He's just obviously not noticed that the city streets was taken out. Either way, it's a win for me, 1 star. Yeah, we're still not going to get anywhere near the top guy, that's fine. Right, I got second. I quite enjoy that one. It is a pretty easy daily to know where you stand. There's not many cars to play with. If you're in the top 10, you all have to have roughly the same cars or you're not going to make it. Okay, we're back with the daily. This one is front and performance tyres. There are no mixed tracks though. I know we did a mixed track one in the second episode of this little series I'm doing. I hate the one with the mixed tracks, but this one doesn't have mixed tracks, so it's slightly better. So what I've got for this is a bit of a nightmare. I don't like these sort of track sets. They hog cars that I don't own, like the Vulcan and the Bentley. There's also a Caterham I don't own, and there's cars that I do own, but I haven't upgraded enough. And then there's some epics that are quite good. So that's the problem, I think. If I had some of these things better upgraded, it would be fine. I'm taking the TVR, I'm taking the Suzuki Hayabusa, and I've got a couple of epics and the Superlight. So there are other options. The Dodge Challenger Super Stock is quite a good one for the short drag. It's a difficult daily. It's messy daily, I think. I think a lot of people will probably find it messy unless you've got that Caterham Maxed, which I suspect a lot of people probably haven't, because it used to be an epic and everyone had it maxed, and then it moved up in the variety changes for World Expo, and I suspect a lot of people didn't bother. So I suspect not many people have dominating Superlights for this. On the nice side, my Hayabusa is a 233, and a lot of people seem to have it 323, and it loses everywhere on a 323. So that's always a good win. This is a draw for the Astons, both 233. And race 5. So TVR should be okay on the test bowl as long as it does get to its top speed. It does look like it is, yes. So the Dodge is topping out at 204. My TVR gets to 232. So that was just a win. It's about scraping wins, I guess, at the moment. Okay, I got third in the end. So that's some flags and a bit of gold and a bit of cash. Right, today's daily is medium and high cars. I am with a big player who is dominating. Don't worry about that. Let's have a look and see what the cars are that are available. Medium and high. So we've got the Audi S1, which is great. We've got the Lancia Delta, which is great. Porsche Cayenne, which is great. There's quite a few great cars actually. The new Hyundai, which is potential, but not a lot of people have it. The Citroen C3 WRC, loads of people have maxed, which is a pain. I don't have. Porsche Taycan is a car I don't have either. So this is what I'm running with. I've got some good cars. This is the first time I've taken that Hyundai out, that all-service tyre Hyundai. Not used that for anything particular. This is the first time. Let's see what it can do for me. Well, there's a win against the Bentley, but that was pretty much obvious. Right, so that's a win. Good. Still in second. So that Cadillac 16 is an interesting one. On the long, it's got quite good MOA. Those two Porsche, the green Porsche. Yeah, we could give it a go. I think we'll give it a go. Okay, so we'll put that on there. City Street Sand. What are we left with? So that's had an upgrade in it, so I can't beat that. Even though you can't tell it's got an upgrade in it. Yep, seat loss. Same stats, but it's got one upgrade in it. So I did lose that one. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Right, I got second. aluminium, flags, gold, cash, etc. Okay, daily event. Off-road, all-surface tyre cars. I'm in second. I seem to have been second every event recently. Every daily event. Right, so we've got a test bowl, we've got some drag stuff. There's a G-force in there, but it's mainly drag and a test bowl. Spike It is my test bowl car. It's a great test bowl car. If we just go in and have a look at what else is available. Obviously the Audi S1. There's the Peugeot 208 I don't have. There's a Hyundai Genesis, which is great. Lancia Delta, Porsche Cayenne. Suzuki Pikes Peak is there. That new Hyundai that we used yesterday, the rally car. And plenty of other stuff, really. That Citroen C3 on the third track is a pain, but I don't think it's good on a drag. I think it's just good going on slaloms and stuff. So we should be okay. We should be able to beat it. Question is, what do we beat it with? Let's give it a go with the Audi. Lancia Delta does win, good. Hyundai Genesis against the Delta. Yes, good. Audi does win, good, against the Citroen. Spike It, here we go. This will lose. Oh no, it wins. Oh, they haven't upgraded that. Okay. It does lose if you max your Porsche Cayenne, but it does win every other case, which is great because it's an RQ Sabre. And my Peugeot beats the Porsche. Good, 3 stars. Okay, I'm tentatively in first. Right, so this is the other person at the top. Suzuki Pikes Peak I can't compete with. There's also the Peugeot 208, which is a problem. They've got a Hyundai Genesis at 323. Now I think mine is 233. It is. I've been doing all these things 233 at the top end. So it's probably not worth trying to take the risk on that guy. Let's play someone further down the table, I think. Let's do this guy. This guy, though, should be okay, no problem at all. It's a good win against the other Delta, 362. Sometimes it's not worth fighting the guy at the top and getting 1 star when you can get 3 stars with somebody below you. Okay, I got second. The guy hit back, that's okay. Doesn't matter in the end, it's about clearing prize boards. The daily is about getting as much gold and cash and cars off the prize boards. Second is fine. Okay, today's daily is World Expo Cars. I am winning this one. For a video of second places, this is my first win, I think, of this video, if I recall. Right, so tracks are Rallycross, Big Old Drag, there's a couple of city streets, and there's an Ocean Beach Slalom, which is annoying. Luckily, it's not wet Ocean Beach Slalom, which is very annoying. So the cars we are using from this pool are the Hennessy Venom F5. We've got the Porsche Cayman Off-Roader. We've got the Lotus Avia. We've got the Rimac Concept. There are some other options. We've got a Mercedes C11. There's the Rimac E-Runner. There's quite a few cars up here that compete. But I think my hand is pretty good except for that RQ77 Porsche, which is fundamentally a little annoying. What we are doing with this one is we are ignoring all the city street stuff because it kills you if you take city streets cars, so we're absolutely ignoring them, much like most people do at the top. So actually, pretty solid hand, but I should get 2 wins and a loss. This will be the loss. It is. But there's nothing else I can do. I only have 77 IQ, so I have to take that Porsche, so unfortunately. But that was a 1-star win. I do quite like this one. It's a bit interesting because if you get people who do take the city streets cars and it keeps coming up, you get hammered. But if it never comes up, I mean, this is the second time in a row it's come up. Sometimes it never comes up and you can just hammer the people who take medium cars. The nice thing about it is when it does come up, there's always somebody who's got low cars as well, which you can have a go at. So there's always somebody to play, I think. That's another win, 18-0. It's a good daily, I do like it. I do like it. It's interesting. It looks annoying. If it was a Tri-Series final, it'd be annoying having the city street stuff and stuff like that. But because it's a daily, it's interesting. That one looks relatively easy. Okay, that's mixed. So we've got to work this out. Long drag has got to be the Hennessy. That is a good drag car, the Rimac. So it's just which way around these go. I guess that way around, because they'll both win. So this could well be a 3-star win in the end. That's a win for the Hennessy. This Porsche should win, hopefully. It does, good. Yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't. Okay. Race 3, there it goes. Come on, Evija. Don't use the Evija as much as I used to, but it's still a great car. Here's the Rimac, which sort of replaced the Evija in my lineup often. And the Porsche Cayman is a draw. Okay, so it was a 2-star, but nearly 3 stars. Okay, good. And that is one of my favourite dailies. I'm pretty sure I said it in a previous video. I like the dailies I win, the other dailies are rubbish. But that's not true. I quite like quite a lot of the dailies. Some of them are dreadful, but that one's a good one. Okay, I got first. And that concludes part 3 of this daily stuff. I hope you find it semi-interesting. I know it's not overly interesting, but what videos are on YouTube? Dear me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. There'll be another video in a few days. Take care of yourself. Get yourself out of here. We are done.